हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू Nios एजुकेशन पॉइंट। आज की इस वीडियो में हम लोग क्लास 10 का सॉल्व TMA सोशल साइंस जिसका कोड है 213 उसका हम लोग सॉल्व TMA आज डिस्कस करेंगे। उसका ये सिर्फ अक्टूबर एंड अप्रैल बैच के लिए है 2023। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो ये हम लोग का TMA का ये शीट है, आप लोग देख सकते हैं। सोशल साइंस 213 और ये है हम लोग का आंसर्स। तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 1A में हम लोगों ने ए चूज किया है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1A क्वेश्चन है आइडेंटिफाई एनी टू मटेरियल्स रिमेन्स ऑफ मेडिवल इंडिया and explain how they will help you to understand the history of that period. So इसका आंसर है two material remains of medieval India that can help us understand the history in the period of are the Qutub Minar and Ajanta cave. The Qutub Minar is 73-meter tall tower located in Delhi. It is built in the 12th century by Qutbuddin Aibak and the first Muslim ruler of Delhi. The tower is made of red sandstone and marble and is decorated with intricate carvings and calligraphy, and the Qutub Minar is an important example of Islamic architecture in India, and it reflects the cultural and religious influences of the Islamic ruler during the time. It also serves as a symbol of the power and prestige of the Muslim dynasty that ruled over Delhi. The Ajanta caves are a series of rock-cut caves located in Maharashtra. They were created between the 2nd century BCE and the 6th century CE and are considered to be one of the most important examples of Buddhist art and architecture in India. The caves contain intricate frescoes and sculptures that depict stories from the life of the Buddha, as well as seen from daily life during that period. The Ajanta cave provide valuable insights into the religious and cultural practices of medieval India, as well as the artistic and architectural tradition of the time. Overall, both the Qutub Minar and the Ajanta caves serve as important material remains of medieval India that can help us understand the history of the period. They provide valuable insights into the religious, cultural, and artistic traditions of the time and offer a glimpse into the lives of the people who lived during that period. तो हम लोग का क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 खत्म हो चुका है। तो हम लोग चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 में। तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 में हम लोगों ने बी चूज किया है, वो है मूविंग faster towards urbanization has its own consequence. Justify the statement. तो इसका आंसर है urbanization, the process of increasing the proportion of people living in urban areas, has been on the rise in recent decades. As countries develop and economies grows, more and more people are moving from rural areas to urban centers in search of better opportunities and a higher standard of living. However, this rapid urbanization also comes with the number of consequences that must be considered. One of the most significant consequences of urbanization is the strain it places on infrastructure and resources. As cities grow, they require more infrastructure such as housing, transportation, and utilities. This can lead to overcrowding and a lack of affordable housing, as well as traffic congestion and air pollution. Additionally, urban areas consume more resources such as water and energy than rural areas, leading to increased pressure on these resources and potential environmental degradation. Another consequence of urbanization is the displacement of communities and loss of cultural heritage. As cities expand, they often displace residents who have lived in the area for generations. This can lead to a loss of community and cultural identity, as well as the destruction of historic or culturally significant sites. Additionally, urbanization can lead to the homogenization of cultures and the erosion of traditional ways of life. Urbanization can also lead to increased social inequalities as cities grow. Wealth tends to concentrate in certain areas, leading to a widening gap between the rich and poor. This can lead to increased poverty and crime in urban areas, as well as lack of access to education and healthcare for certain groups of people. Finally, urbanization can lead to a loss of biodiversity and the destruction of natural habitats. As cities expand, they often pave over natural habitat and destroy ecosystem, leading to a loss of biodiversity and a decline in the health of the planet. In conclusion, while urbanization has the potential to bring economy and social benefits, it also comes under a number of consequences that must be considered. These include strain on infrastructure and resources, the displacement of communities, increased social inequalities, and a loss of biodiversity. It is important for governments and communities to take a holistic approach to urbanization, balancing the need for development with the need to protect the environment and the well-being of residents. तो हम लोग का क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 भी खत्म हो चुका है. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में. तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में हम लोगों ने ए चूज किया है. उसका क्वेश्चन है एग्जामाइन द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ पब्लिक यूनियन इन डेमोक्रेसी. इसका आंसर आप लिखिएगा. पब्लिक ओपिनियन plays a crucial role in a democracy because it serves as a mean for individuals to express their views and have a say in the decisions that affect their lives. It also helps to hold elected officials accountable to their constituents and ensure that government policies reflect the will of the people. Public opinion can be measured through various methods such as polls, surveys, and focus groups. This data can be used by politician and policymaker to gauge the public support for certain policies or issues, and to make decisions that align with the majority's view. Additionally, public opinion can also be shaped through the media, which served as an important platform for citizens to express their opinion and learn about issues of concern. Furthermore, public opinion can help to shape out the outcome of elections. Candidates and political parties use polls and other forms of public opinion data to determine their campaign strategies, and the candidates that are most in tune with the public's views and concerned are more likely to be elected. Moreover, public opinion also plays a critical role in shaping and maintaining in the legitimacy of the democratic system. A government that consistently ignores public opinion and fails to respond to the needs and concerns of its citizens is likely to lose the support of the population and become illegitimate in the eyes of the people. In conclusion, public opinion is an essential component of the democracy, as it allows citizens to have a say in the decision that affects their lives, holds elected officials accountable, and helps to ensure that government policies align with the will of the people. The ability of citizens to express their views and shapes public opinion is vital to the functioning of the healthy and vibrant democracy. तो हम लोग का क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 भी खत्म हो गया है, तो चलिए हम लोग क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 में चलते हैं। तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 में भी हम लोगों ने ए चूज किया है, वो है the medieval period show two new religions in India, that is Sikkim and Islam. These religions have influenced our society tremendously. Analyze. इसका आंसर है the medieval period in India, roughly between the 8th and 18th century, saw the emergence of and spread of two major religions, Sikkim and Islam. Both of these religions have had a significant impact on Indian society, both historically and in the present day. Sikkim is the monotheistic religion that originates in the Punjab region of India in the 15th century. It was founded by Guru Nanak and his followers, who sought to combine elements of Hinduism and Islam. Sikkim stressed the equality of all people and the importance of social justice and service to others. It also emphasizes the importance of individuals in spiritual development and direct experience of God, rather than relying solely on ritual and priestly intermediaries. Today, there are an estimated 27 million Sikhs worldwide, with the majority living in India. Islam is, on the other hand, was introduced to India in the 12th century by Arab traders and Sufi mystics. It quickly spread, particularly in the northern and the western region of the subcontinent. The Mughal Empire, which ruled a significant portion of India from the 16th to the 19th century was Muslim, and this had a profound impact on India culture and society. Today, Muslims make up about 14% of India's population. Both Sikkim and Islam have had a significant impact on Indian society. They have contributed to the rich cultural diversity of the country and and have influenced art, architecture, literature, and music. They have also played a role in shaping and political and social landscape of India. For example, the Mughal Empire had a profound impact on India's political and cultural development, while Sikkim has been a powerful force for social reform and equality in the region. In addition, both Sikhism and Islam has been the cause of tension and conflict in India. The partition of British India in 1947, which led to the creation of Pakistan, led to large-scale violence and displacement for both communities. The relationship between the Sikh and Hindu communities in India has been strained at times, particularly during the 1980s and 1990s, when the separatist movement among Sikhs seeking an independent state led to violence and human rights abuses. Similarly, communal violence between Hindus and Muslims continues to be a problem in India. Overall, while Sikkim and Islam have had a profound impact on India's society, their influence has not always been positive. These religions have contributed to the country's cultural riches and diversity, but also have been source of tension and conflict. तो हम लोग का क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 भी खत्म हो गया है. तो चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 में. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 में हम लोगों ने चूज किया है बी. वो है लिस्ट constitutional values embedded in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. तो इसका आंसर है the preamble of the India Constitution lays out the fundamental values and principles that guide the governance of the country. These values include number 1, sovereign. India is the sovereign nation, meaning that it is independent and self-governing. Number 2, socialist. So the constitution calls for the promotion of the socialist society, which prioritizes the welfare and well-being of all citizens. Number 3, secular. India is the secular country, which means that the state does not have an official religion and guarantees the freedom of religion for all citizens. Democratic. India is a democratic democracy, means that government is elected by the people and accountable to them. Republic. India is a republic, which means that the head of the state is elected by the people rather than being a head monarch. Number 6, justice. The constitution calls for the promotion of justice, which includes social, economic, and political justice for all citizens. Number 7, liberty. The Constitution guarantees and fundamental rights and freedom of all citizens, including freedom of speech, expression, and religion. Number 8, equality. The Constitution guarantees equality before the law and prohibits discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, gender, or place of birth. Number 9. Fraternity. The Constitution calls for the promotion of spirit of fraternity among all citizens, which means promoting a sense of unity and cooperation among all people. तो हम लोग का क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 भी खत्म, क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 भी खत्म हो गया। तो चलिए हम लोग क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 में चलते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 में हम लोगों ने बी चूज किया है और वो है अंडरटेक अ सर्वे of 10 families in your neighborhoods and make two lists. Number 1. Make a list of election related concerns in India. Number 2. Make a list of the electoral reform suggestion by people. On the basis of this survey, illustrate your conclusion. Answer. Election related concern in India. Voter fraud and electoral malpractice. Number 2. Lack of transparency in election funding, limited access to voting for marginalized community, political dynasties, and lack of representation for diverse groups. Misuse of government resources for electoral gain, voter intimidation and violence during elections, lack of representation for women and minority groups in elected position. Number 2. Electoral reforms suggested by people. Introduction of electronic voting machine EVMs with voter verified paper audit trail VVPAT. Implementation of the above NOTA option of voting machines. Introduction of proportional representation systems, limited campaign spreading and increasing transparency in election funding, making voter registration and voting more accessible for marginalized communities, strengthening the Election Commission of India and making it more independent. Introduction of reservation for women and other marginalized group in elected position. In conclusion, it appears that the Indian electoral process is facing a number of significant challenges, including voter fraud, lack of transparency, and limited representation of marginalized groups. However, a number of electoral reforms has been suggested by people, such as implementing EVMs with VVPAT, introduction of proportional representation system, and increasing transparency in election funding, which can be address these issues and improve the democratic process in India. So आज का वीडियो यहाँ तक खत्म होता है। तो अगर अच्छा लगा तो लाइक कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, क्योंकि अभी बहुत सारा TMA सॉल्व आना बाकी है, और अपने दोस्तों के साथ भी शेयर कीजिए। तब तक के लिए बाय।